Okay, welcome everyone to the next episode of our Football Focus SG podcast with myself, Faiz, and also our guest, Hairun Nazrianafi. And we have a special guest for today's episode. We have ourselves Mr. JB. Mr. JB, say hello to everyone.
Hi, fellow listeners. Hi, everyone. Good to be here.
All right, so Mr. JB is, of course, a football fan of himself. Maybe Mr. JB, you can share with us what does that JB stands for, and who do you support? Why do you like football, and etc. Share with us.
Okay, partly my name has a lot to do with football. I call myself JB, meaning Joga Bonito.
Joga Bonito.
Okay, I'm not. Yes, that's right. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of this very popular
I heard.
Nike
You heard, Harun Nazir?
commercial.
I'm sure you heard, right?
Yeah, there's this Nike commercial called Joga Bonito. I
Yep.
think it's quite popular in the 90s. So, what Joga Bonito actually means, right? It means playing beautifully. So I believe football should be playing in a most beautiful manner.
Yeah.
It's a sport that we love. Yep.
Yep.
So that's an introduction to my name.
All right. And as for your club, like, how do you get into football? Who do you support?
Okay, I uh do you mean local league or
You can have one local league, one in EPL,
okay.
any league is fine. Yep.
Okay, I grew up supporting Manchester United. Uh
Yep.
that's for the representing the English Premier League, and for the local league, I'm a huge fan of Home United. Now
Lion City
converted to
Sailors.
Lions. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you still follow Lion City Sailors till now?
Yes, definitely. I still follow them quite closely. People are calling them the Manchester City of SPL. Some calling them the JDT of SPL. So it's quite interesting to see.
All
Yeah.
right, all right. So Harun Nazi, what do you think about Mr. JB's comment about being Lion City Sailors being like the Man City and JDT? I'm pretty sure we discussed about this in the previous episode as well. Is it going to be a one-sided league and all? Do you think
Yep,
what
yep.
Mr. JB said is right?
Nah, I think, of course, the comparisons have to be there with JDT being, Lion City Sailors now, I think the richest club in the country. They may even be the richest club in Southeast Asia now.
Yeah.
So for sure, comparisons will be there. But at the end of the day, it's down to the matter on the field, whether they can perform, whether the players can perform, and whether, it's all about winning. Let's see whether they can win the titles from now onwards, man. Yeah.
All right, all right. Okay, back to you, Mr. JB. Since you're the new one, of course, we would love to know more about you. If you were to give us your thoughts, like the current season of the Singapore Premier League now, if you can simplify it to just one word or one sentence, what would it be?
Well, I think to put it in a word, I think it's difficult. But in a sentence, I think, to sum it up, I think it's more like both good and bad. It's
Both good
it's
and
almost
bad.
like a yin
Okay.
and yang situation. Yes, because the current COVID situation, football being stopping here and there. Although yes, the excitement is slowly starting to brew. To build up. Especially the fans are excited to be back in the stadium, and then COVID phase 2 hits
Yeah.
again, and then the fans couldn't come in. So I see a lot of positives, although as per anywhere else, there are still some negatives lah. But I
Yeah.
believe our league is slowly improving. They are on the right step, especially with Lion City Sailors lah, which I believe they are all going out privatizing and everything else. So it's a good
Yeah.
step forward for Singapore football, I feel.
Yeah.
And yeah, good times ahead. Good times ahead. Definitely good times ahead.
All right. Okay. So putting Singapore all aside now, as always, we always start with local, but now we're gonna go international. Euros 2021. Mr. JB, do you have any country favorite to win or country that you're supporting for Euro 2021?
Wow, that's a very difficult question because I'm
It's already difficult.
as for yes, that's right. As for nation, right, I'm a Netherlands supporter, also known as Holland, also known as Dutch, also
Yep.
known as Oranje.
Yeah.
So yeah, but as you guys know, Holland is always being known as the European king without a crown. You see,
That's
reason
true.
being
That's
is
true.
because I believe they've been in more finals in probably in most of the tournaments that they qualify in, but they don't win. You see,
That's
so
true.
that's the
That's true.
so that's the thing that kind of irks me as a fan. But I think this year is might be their year. I feel
Okay, all
they are the
right.
underdogs, and I think usually underdogs tend to fare better.
All right. Yeah. Back to Harun Nazri that I just want to ask because in the previous episode I did ask a little bit about Netherlands because we did talk about a few big major countries, and then Mr. JB has
Yep.
just highlighted that Netherlands are the king without a crown due to many finals they've been in, but not able to
Yep.
finish the job. So with that being said, like, do you agree with what Mr. JB said that Netherlands are the dark horse in this tournament?
I think we have to agree with what JB says. I think it's true. They've been in some finals without winning. Predominantly, people know the Dutch team as the total football team, the Johan Cruyff team, right?
Yeah.
More to the development side of football. The players are always top-notch, technically good players, but somehow at the final stage, at the final hurdle, they'll falter. We don't know. I'm not too sure whether they can win it or not this season, this year's edition of the Euros. But hopefully, good things will come from them. They have the pie, they have Wijnaldum. They are missing Van Dijk, they're missing Van de Beek, but plenty of young talent in the squad. Looking forward to big things from Netherlands.
All right. Okay. So let's move on, shall we, to the predictions. Is what we are here for. We are going to do this group by group. Each of us, me, myself, Harun Nazri, and Mr. JB, we will give our standing from first to fourth. I will record it down, and then we're gonna review it in some time after Euros, and then we're gonna have a look back on it. All right. So we're gonna go through group by group. Group A, we have Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, Wales. So first, I'm gonna push to Harun Nazri and Nafi to just share with us your thought about the group. Do you think this group is as easy as what you may think to predict, or is it difficult than what you thought?
Okay, I think for me, for myself, I think it's easy to predict this one. Shall we go
Easy to
straight into
predict.
the prediction?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go with it.
Okay.
Who's your
For
first
me,
one?
Group A. Group A, first place will be Italy.
Italy, all right.
Second place will be Turkey.
Second place, Turkey. Okay.
Third place will be Wales. Last place, Switzerland. Straightforward, straight to the point.
Wow. Okay. But is there a reason why you actually put Switzerland as the last one? Because normally there was a stats that says that Switzerland has qualified for group stage more than most of the countries that are in this tournament as well. They are normally
Yep.
out in the round of 32, 16s, maybe quarterfinals, but they always made it out of the group. So why do you
Yep.
put them last?
Okay, if we were to take a look at the group, right?
Mhm.
Italy, I've said before in 2 episodes before this, I think they're the underdogs. People are not talking a lot about them. I think they're going to cause a surprise in this edition of the Euros.
Definitely.
Turkey, they have good players. Their striker, I don't know whether he's the team captain. Their
Burak
striker he just won the French league. Yep. So I think, and not only him, they have a couple of talents in the squad as well, the Turkish national team.
That's true.
So I think they're gonna be tough to beat these two teams, but of course we cannot predict things, right? Sometimes in football things happen.
Yeah.
Wales, Gareth Bale, overhyped. I'm not
but
banging on
Switzerland to
them.
be below with Gareth Bale in Wales and Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah. Let's see. Wales, we still have Gareth Bale. We still have Joe Rodon. I'm not too sure who else is in the Wales national team. But Switzerland, we all know Shaqiri. We all know Ben Rami. Is it something like that? I'm not too sure what's
Granit Xhaka
if it's the
was
right name or not. Granit Xhaka. I stand by what I say. I think Italy, Turkey, Wales, Switzerland.
All right, Mr. JB, it's your turn. Share with us your Group A thoughts. Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, Wales. Who is your ranking?
Well, I agree with Harun Nazri and Nafi on that part. This group is, I would say, one of the least difficult to predict because it's quite straightforward given the history of some of these nations. Of course, Euro being Euro, we have been surprised before, all the surprise elements. But I kind of have to disagree a little bit. Of course, I agree with Harun Nazri and Nafi, so I'm gonna go with Italy topping the group as well.
All right. Okay.
Yep. But I believe for second spot, I believe that it might be Wales. Wales might come in surprising everyone in this tournament, and
Okay,
I believe
all
they
right.
might. Yep, because yes, I do believe Wales has been, in a lot of talks. Ryan Giggs in and out, being
Yeah,
their manager, yeah,
a lot of
all
issue
these
with the
things. So I
management as
believe,
well. Yeah.
yep, that's right. But if you recall, throughout the end of the Premier League season, I think Gareth Bale had proven himself, uh, slowly but surely, being one of those players that can perform if he wants. And yeah, I do believe that given the right coach and the right system, I believe Wales can step it up in this group.
So
So
so you think Turkey
I'm
is not good
predicting Turkey
enough
goes
to be in
second.
the top two?
Well, Turkey, unfortunately for me, I have to admit I don't quite know their team's selection so much. But at the same time,
There
I,
is a
I do
few
feel that.
players. Yeah, there's a few players that we
Mhm.
know. Soyuncu from Leicester as a defender, Hakan Çalhanoğlu from AC Milan,
Yeah, yeah,
Cengiz Under from Leicester as well. They have quite a
yeah.
decent
That's
amount of
right.
talent. So what do you think about Turkey chances?
Okay, I mean that's fair to say. Yes, they have quite a number of decent players playing in Europe at the moment. So they are also quite an interesting watch. But I do feel that with Wales and Switzerland around, I think they might be a few points short to qualify for second. So my prediction will be Italy top the group, followed by Wales. Sorry, third will be Turkey, and I don't think Switzerland will make the cut.
All right.
So they will
Okay.
finish
So
bottom.
so pretty much yours is Italy, Wales, Turkey, and Switzerland.
That's right.
Okay. All right. That's a very interesting choice. So for myself, yeah, I would say it's a little bit straightforward as well. But for some reason, I'm gonna say Italy's gonna be second. Here's why. They're gonna be the dark horse. Yes, I fully agree. They're gonna be the dark horse. But Italy don't normally make out the group as convincing as how it normally used to. Like in the previous World Cups or Euros, they always have a game that they slip up to a draw or lose. And then they will qualify either by first or second. So for some reason, I feel like Italy is gonna be second. So who is first, right? I feel Turkey is gonna be first. I feel Turkey is gonna be a little bit of a force to reckon with, given that the squad that they have. Might be a bit of a long shot for me to say Italy second, but hey, it's just a guess. So my prediction is Turkey first, Italy second, Switzerland third, Wales to be fourth. To me, I feel Wales just doesn't say enough for me. I feel like Switzerland's a little bit more better than Wales. That's my thought. All right, so we move
Well,
on.
you might be wrong.
Yeah,
You might
hey,
be wrong
good.
because don't remember Italy's current coach is Roberto Mancini. I'm sure he's
Yeah,
gonna
of course,
surprise
of
everyone.
course. There's no denying that. I mean, there's no denying the coach and the talent that they have. But I'm saying in terms of the track record of how Italy have played in group stage. Have you ever seen Italy win all three matches in a group stage? Anyone? You see?
Not a lot.
Because
Not
normally
a
in
lot.
these three games, they are bound to slip up one. And when they slip up one, I'm afraid it might cost them. But they will still qualify, but I would say they were second. That's my thought. They are still a dark horse to me, though. All right, so moving
All
on to
right.
the second group, Group B, we have a little bit of might be straightforward to you guys as well. Belgium, Denmark, Finland, and Russia. Okay, I'm gonna go mine first, and then we're gonna rotate around. I would say, yeah, pretty much Belgium first, Denmark second, Russia third, Finland fourth. I think it's a little bit straightforward, given the fact that Belgium again they still have what they call the golden generation. They still have the players, Lukaku, De Bruyne, a lot of good talent in Belgium alone. Denmark will come in second. I feel that Denmark is again one of those countries that always normally qualify in the group stage, but they don't necessarily progress in a round of 16 or quarterfinal. Followed by Russia and Finland, only because Finland, well, I don't know much. Only that one player from Norwich, the striker. Yeah. Russia, I would say, have a bit more talent than Finland. I would say that. So we're gonna rotate around. Mr. JB, what do you think of Group B?
Well, Group B is an interesting one, but like you said, it's pretty straightforward. Who do they have in Denmark? I don't remember. I think
Belgium,
they're
Denmark,
the current
Finland, Russia.
right, right. I mean, I believe Denmark's current star player is who? Christian Eriksen, probably.
Yeah,
I don't
Christian
remember
Eriksen
anybody
there.
else.
Yep.
Yeah, and their striker is, I believe, if I recall correctly, is Yusuf Paulsen or someone.
Yep, Yusuf Poulsen,
So
Martin Braithwaite, who is
and
playing for
yeah,
Barcelona
Martin
now.
Braithwaite. Yeah, so I don't think they have the firepower. So for me, Denmark might finish fourth in this case. I'm gonna go Denmark
Fourth.
finishing fourth this
Okay.
tournament. That's right.
All
That's
right.
right. I'm going for fourth. In fact, my man Timu, who's playing for Finland, will finish third right there. All right,
We'll
because
finish
I do
that right
believe
there.
that.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're
So I do
saying
believe
Belgium and
Finland.
Russia to be the top two?
Yes, Belgium and Russia to be the top two. I think it's very clear cut. Second will be Russia.
All right.
Yep, they are the last World Cup hosts. They have been rebuilding, not bad. At the point of time, if I recall correctly, in the World Cup, they ended up in the quarterfinals. So I believe that their players have something to prove. They will go second, and of course, first will be the Red Devils, the Belgium Chocolate, Belgium themselves, man.
The Belgium chocolates.
Belgium
Yeah, you did
Chocolates, right
mention
there.
earlier about Russia managed to reach a quarterfinal during the World Cup. Don't you feel like that's maybe because of home advantage that you can kind of push yourself forward? Because these Euros, remember, there's not going to be any fans. Even if there is, it's very limited. And
Possible,
it's not at home.
possible.
So,
Yes, I agree that home advantage plays a part. But at the end of the day, like what Harun Nazri Hanafi mentioned, right? At the end of the day, it's what you do in the pitch. At the end of the day, it's what you do in the field. You
all
can
right.
have 1 million supporters over there, but if you can't score, you can't score. If you can't stick to the game plan, you can't stick to the game plan. So that's my prediction right there.
All right.
Martinez,
Yeah,
Roberto Martinez will go top.
All right. So Mr. JB has listened a bit from you, Aaron Nazri, saying about, hey, it's what you do on the pitch. He did watch the
Yeah.
show for sure. So tell us your Group B predictions.
I think for my Group B prediction, also straightforward. I think one thing with me with regards to prediction, I don't like to think too much about it. It's just a prediction, just go straight on. My prediction for Group B, topping the group will be Belgium. Second position will be Denmark. Third position will be Russia. Fourth will be Finland, unfortunately. Belgium, with all the star and firepower that they have up front, and this is we still do not know whether Eden Hazard is going to start matches or not.
Yeah.
It seems like the brother is the one who's on fire right now, Torgen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Denmark, I think just now both yourself and Mr. JB was talking. We forgot one player, Martin Odegaard, who's also not doing, who's also not bad. Not bad, and he's going back
Martin
to
Odegaard, yeah.
Yeah, Martin Odegaard, not bad. I think he's going to have a good competition. I think he's going to have a good tournament somehow. Something
You're gonna
in
call
me
it
says
first.
that
Martin Odegaard is gonna be meant to watch in Euros.
I think he's going to be. I won't say meant to watch, but I think he will make a name for himself in this tournament. I feel. Third place Russia. I don't think. Again, like Mr. JB mentioned earlier, they're in the process of rebuilding, but I don't think they have reached that stage where they're at a position where they can be fighting. I only know Golovin. I think one of the players is Golovin,
There's
who's playing for
Golovin,
Monaco
there's
now.
Cheryshev, there's
So I think
players.
not enough know-how in the team to win, but it may be they may cause a surprise. And then again, Finland at the end to finish bottom of the table. They only have Timo Pukki. I don't know the rest of the players. I don't think they're going to be able to do an Iceland. It's going to be very difficult.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my prediction.
All right, moving on to Group C. We're already halfway there. Third group. Again, I would say this group is very straightforward, but it is very interesting because we have a debut nation taking part in the Euros. So we have Austria, Netherlands, Ukraine, and the debut of country North Macedonia in Euros. So this time, Mr. JB is going to start first with the prediction. Share with us your Oranje group. Who's going to be first? Who's going to be fourth?
Well, I'm going to be a bit biased, but at the same time, looking at the group, I try to be as neutral as possible. But still, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to think that Oranje or Netherlands will top this group. Although I wouldn't say it's going to be comfortable. I do see Netherlands will be dropping points, but I still feel that they will have enough to to finish top of this group.
Yeah.
For second place, right, it's gonna be pretty interesting because Ukraine, yes, pretty well known European, nation, and the most
Yeah.
interesting is their coach, Andrei Shevchenko. That's their
Yeah.
current coach right now.
Yeah.
Ukraine.
He's doing well in Ukraine, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, also, but I still feel that they don't have enough, so I'm gonna put Ukraine to be third. Unfortunately, I don't
Ukraine
think
to
they
be
will do
third.
enough.
All right.
Ukraine
So
will be third. So my second would be
North Macedonia.
Austria. No.
Austria. All right.
Second would be Austria right there.
Okay.
David Alaba. I mean,
Hmm.
it is David Alaba, but I do feel that they have a very good mix of youths and of course seasoned veterans like David Alaba. I do feel that they are also one
Yeah.
of the surprise. I'm gonna go with them second.
Yeah.
And
They do have
fortunately,
Marko Arnautovic. He's their leading
yeah,
striker there.
that's right. That's right. Unfortunately for North Macedonia, I don't think they're going north. They'll be going south.
Ooh.
They'll finish fourth. Unfortunately, despite they have some of the players, if I recall correctly, is Goran Pandev,
Yeah, he's still
and
there.
probably
He's
some other
still there.
players. Yep. So, but I don't think they have enough. So, yep. Sorry, North Macedonia. I'm gonna finish fourth right there. That's my prediction.
All right. Next up, Harun Nazri, share with us your Group C predictions. And do you agree with what Mr. JB said?
Okay, I guess for myself, Group C, again, straightforward, not exactly following what Mr. JB said or mentioned. My prediction will be to top the group, of course, Netherlands. They have no excuse not to finish at the top of the table, but it also can be a downside to them because now everyone is expecting them to top the group. Who knows, they'll
that's true.
falter and then they might not even go progress to the next round. But I choose to believe that they'll finish top of the table, followed by Ukraine, Andrei Shevchenko Magic. I don't know. I believe the only player that I know in the Ukraine squad is Zinchenko, the Manchester City left back. I
The
think he's
left
the
back,
only
yeah.
player that I know.
Zinchenko, yes.
Yeah, so I don't know anyone else, but I'm going with the power of Shevchenko. Third place will be, let's give North Macedonia lah, because North Macedonia debut, right? It's their
Yeah.
debut. I'm gonna give it to them. Austria, David Alaba, Arnautovic. Arnautovic has been playing in China, right? I don't know
Yeah.
how he has
He's playing in
been.
China.
I don't know how he has
On and off.
been
On and
doing
off.
over there. So, yeah, that's my prediction. Netherlands, Ukraine, North Macedonia, Austria.
All right. Mine is, I would say, very similar to I would say Harun Nazri, very similar as well. I would say again, same thing. There's no excuse for Netherlands to be first in this. I feel like anything less than a first is almost underachieving. Especially when you are given this kind of group. So I would say Netherlands are to be first, Ukraine to be second, third will be Austria, and fourth will be North Macedonia. So, right. With that being said, let's move on to Group D, the fourth group out of the six. And this one's a little bit interesting than what we thought. Of course, it consists one of Harun Nazri favorite team to watch. And just nice, because we are rotating around, Harun Nazri's to predict first. Group D consists of Croatia, Czech Republic, England, Scotland. Harun Nazri, take it away. Who's your first to four for this group?
Okay, this I think it may be surprise to everyone. I'm gonna go controversial here.
All right.
It may not happen, yeah. I'm gonna go. This is the fun of it, right? Predicting
Yeah.
things.
It's just for fun. It's a prediction.
I'm gonna go first place, Czech Republic.
Ooh.
Second place, Croatia.
Okay.
England third, Scotland fourth. I'm saying England is not gonna make it out of the group stage.
You're saying England out of the group stage. Like, can you share with us why do you? And I'm surprised considering all the things that you've discussed so far. You were saying a lot about Croatia and all, but now you have put Czech Republic on top of Croatia and England. That's
okay.
It's pretty big.
Why I go with what I went with is there are always that fairy tale story. There's always that fairy tale moment in big major tournaments.
Yeah.
And I suspect the big things will come from this group. The major surprises will come from this group. I just have a feeling, and I'm like I mentioned before, I'm someone who loves underdog stories. I'm someone who like to see maybe top groups, top teams falling.
Yeah.
Just not say for the fun of it, but to make it
something different.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, to make it exciting, and for the excitement part of it. We all know England has all the talents in the world. I don't know who's playing for Czech Republic, but like I said, my prediction is based
Thomas
on
Souček is one of it there.
Thomas Souček, one of the best players in the English Premier League the previous season.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna stick with what I said. England is gonna bow out early and cause a major upset, and then when they come back to the English Premier League, all of their players will get booed. So,
hey, that is quite a big upset. All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna repeat: Czech Republic up top, Croatia second, England third, Scotland fourth. Scott McTominay, I'm sorry. Andrew Robertson, I'm sorry.
Kieran Tierney.
I think, Kieran Tierney. I think, wow, they might cause a surprise, but I'm gonna stick with my decision. Yeah, that's it.
All right, very controversial to say the least. But Mr. JB, do you agree with what Hairun Nazri Hanafi says?
Well, that's quite surprising. Okay, I'm not too sure about the venue playing for this group, but I believe England will be playing in Wembley, I think, if I recall correctly, right?
Is it at Wembley?
Yeah, I think so. Because I believe that this time for Euros, I don't think they have a host or something like that.
Yeah, it's like
Or
going
is
to
it a
be a
joint host?
neutral,
Yeah,
random
correct.
venues around. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So I believe I have to disagree with Hairun Nazri Hanafi there. I mean,
Ooh.
pretty bold to put Czech Republic going top, right? It's
Yeah.
strange. I don't know. It's just strange. But who else? Everyone has their own prediction. So I'm gonna go with mine. It's pretty straightforward for this group. I don't see
Straightforward,
any
okay.
much change. Yeah, it is very straightforward. Top of the group will be Croatia, man. Top of the group.
Croatia top.
They are 28.
Right.
Croatia will top the group, man. They are the 2018 World Cup squad. Although yes, some of their members have already retired. Some of them, they're pretty old already.
Mandzukic, Perisic. I'm not sure Perisic is
Yes,
still
that's
there. Is
right.
he still there?
That's right. I don't think so. But my man Luka Modric is still there. So so I think he can carry the team, and I do believe they have enough quality. And
All right.
a quick shout out to my up and coming player Josko Gvardiol. He's really good.
Who?
Josko Gvardiol. That's his name.
Josko Gvardiol.
Gvardiol. Yeah, that's right. I
Right.
bought him in I bought him in Football Manager. It's super good. So yeah, so he's a player to watch
okay.
for me.
All right.
Yep.
But all right.
Yep, and also the world's best defender, Dejan Lovren. I'm not sure, he's still on injury.
The
So
self-proclaimed,
the world's
the
best
Mr.
defender.
Self-proclaimed.
That's right. So if the world's best defender is injured, not to worry, Croatia will still finish top the group.
Okay.
Second, unfortunately, I have to go with the Three Lions. Yes, I'm not a fan of them. To be honest, they're always full of promise on paper, but when it comes to delivering, sort of like Holland, they kind of fumble
Yeah, they
their way.
always have a lot
Yes.
of media hype, is what they call.
Yep, and just like Hairun Nazri Hanafi mentioned, right? They have all the players in the world, all the talent in the world. Phil Foden, Mason Mount, you can go on, but I don't believe in Gareth Southgate. So
Oof.
yep. So to me, it's second for them, but they're gonna be knocked out in the later stages, that's for sure.
All
And
right.
then not to mention, of course, third will have to be I'll have to go with not Scotland but Czech.
Czech
Yep, I
Republic.
believe
Okay.
that. I believe Czech Republic will go third, and of course, last but not least, Scottish. Agree with Hairun Nazri Hanafi. Just not good enough. I believe this is their first major tournament in God knows how long.
Yeah, it's
I
their
think-
first
I believe
major
it's-
tournament for almost 30-40 years now. So
There you go. Yeah, exactly. The only time I pick Scotland to win is when I'm playing FIFA. So that's that.
All right. Okay. For myself, I would put England first. Not because I think England is good. Listen, hear me out. Again, it's just one of those things where England does well in group stages. They are just not good when it comes to later rounds, like round of 16, quarterfinal. and the penalty jinx on them and etc. They don't do well in these knockout stages, but in the group stage, they always know how to get the job done. So I feel that England will get the job done. Not convincing, maybe a lot of 1-0s along the way. But I would say England is first, followed by second, Croatia. I think I agree with you guys. Croatia definitely deserve to be in the top two there. A lot of their squads are from the 2018 World Cup. They are, like what Harun Azuri mentioned in the previous episode, there are three midfields, the core midfields, Luka Modric, Brozovic, and Kovacic, which is the solid midfield trio right now that you can find in Europe. And sadly for third, I'm gonna say Czech Republic. Sadly, because despite having Thomas Souček there, and a few other players there, but their striker, I don't have faith. Their striker is one of it is Vidra, I believe, or Vidra, who is playing for Burnley and Watford and etc. in the Premier League. He's not scoring at all. And if he were to score in this tournament, it would surprise me more than he surprised anyone. So I would say Czech Republic to be third. No, you know what? I'll swap. Scotland to be third, Czech Republic to be fourth. Here's why. Yeah, again.
What? Come on.
Yeah, because Scotland, again, is just one of those countries that people might look down upon. But if you look at their squad, it's actually not as bad as what people may think. Their goalkeeper, Craig Gordon, is actually one of the, I'm pretty sure last time back in Football Manager days, it's like one of the promising keepers. Andrew Robertson, Kieran Tierney, John McGinn. I think you guys forget about John McGinn in the midfield. Together with Scott McTominay, Billy Gilmore, who is performing well in Chelsea ever since from youth. He's Scottish as well. In the attacking front, he has Ryan Fraser, Che Adams. Come on. I mean, I think they actually may cause a bit of a surprise. If you look at the squad, I would say they should be enough to be third and Czech Republic to be last.
Well, sadly, they're not as good as King Kenny Dalglish or Darren Fletcher.
Yeah, King Kenny Dalglish, of course. Yeah, I mean, those are very long time ago. But all right, so moving on to the second last of the group, Group E. Group E, we have Poland, Slovakia, Spain, and Sweden. I'll go first for this one since you guys had your turn. It's a little bit straightforward, but at the same time, not fully convinced. But I would say Spain is first. Anything less than a first, I would say is an underachievement for Spain. Second, Poland. I would say Poland to get second this time. Sweden will be third for me. Not because of no Zlatan, no party, nothing to do with that. But I just feel that, again, Sweden has a lot of good players. They have a lot of tools. But again, getting out of the group stage is their number one issue most of the time. How many times can you remember Sweden in a round of 16? It's not that often, I would say Poland may be the one to go up there, second, Sweden third, and Slovakia to be fourth. No offense, if they're gonna keep on expecting Marek Hamsik as their captain and their only star performer there, yeah, it's not gonna work out for me. So, Mr. JB, what do you think about Group B?
Well, this one, I believe, will be the interesting one because it's not so straightforward.
Oh, really?
Spain, yeah, I mean, definitely. Spain, of course, Spain being Spain, they have the credentials and everything else. But I do believe that they have the talent despite not having Ramos being there. What a waste, what a miss by Luis Enrique for some reason.
Yeah.
I think he's not
No Real Madrid players.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. But I do feel they have enough talents out there. So I do feel that Spain will finish the group comfortably at the top. Followed by closely. Okay, the second one is gonna be difficult. Okay, because
it's a toss-up between Poland and Sweden, I feel.
Nah, Sweden. Okay, I'm gonna go all controversial right now. Sweden will finish last.
Ooh.
Okay, Sweden will finish last because there's no Abang Brahim. Okay, there's no Ibrahimovic. No Ibrahimovic, no party. It's as simple as that. And honestly speaking, I feel like Sweden, like, who do they got there? Lindelof, probably that's the only guy. The rest, I believe,
they do have a few decent players like Lindelof there as a defender, Sebastian Larsson, Forsberg in the midfield. Like their strikers, Kulusevski from Juventus, Alexander Isak,
Yeah.
who is a young promising player, Marcus Berg, who is a veteran around.
Not bad, not bad. But I'm gonna stick to my gut, and I'm gonna go to controversial. Sweden finished last. Third
Wow.
will be Slovakia. Yep,
That is-
Slovakia will be a little bit of surprise, but not good enough. So they managed to beat a couple of pretty good Europeans to reach in this current tournament. So they're gonna finish third,
All right.
and of course second will be Poland. Of course, one of the biggest names over there is one of the best strikers right now. So by
Yeah.
and large, I believe Poland will definitely.
All right. So you went with
Robert Lewandowski.
Spain, Poland, Slovakia, and Sweden. That's what you're going for.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Yep.
Harun Nazri, it's your turn. Take the stage for Group E. Do you agree with either one of us of what we said? Me putting Sweden
Okay,
third and JB putting Sweden at fourth.
All right, for Group E, my choices, the top two, I'm going to go with what JB mentioned. We're going to go with Spain up top, Poland to finish second.
Yeah, that's pretty
But
much
my
what all
third
three of us
position-
have said. Yeah.
Yeah, the third position to me will go to Sweden. Fourth position, unfortunately, will go to Slovakia. Slovakia, I don't think they have enough players, but whenever we say a team doesn't have enough players, we have to understand that these teams did manage to get into the Euro competition. So
Yeah,
that
they
means
do.
they
They do.
have, yeah, so they have something within the squad. But whether it's enough to go against the other teams, that's a different matter altogether.
Yeah.
Sweden, I think I'm going to change. I'm going to put Spain up top. Second position, I'm going to put Sweden. Poland is going to
Ooh.
miss out.
Sweden to
Why?
be second. All right.
Why? With all the names that you mentioned earlier, Isaac, Forsberg, and all these players, I think they're going to have a chance to finish second.
Really? I mean,
Yep.
let's not overlook Poland. Poland has like two goalkeepers that are well known in this world. Fabianski
Szczesny?
and Szczesny. They have Fabianski and Szczesny. Like they have Bednarek as their defense, their midfield. They have
Faiz, Szczesny, who's going to be the first choice for Poland, he's going to perform like Izwan Mahmoud performed for Singapore.
conceding 9 goals
There's-
in 2 games.
We never know, but he's gonna have such a performance like that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a
Yeah.
very bold prediction again. Hey, but it could happen. Anything can happen in Euros.
Yep.
All right. So moving on to the final group, the group of death. Pretty much the only group that we're gonna talk about for the longest of time, and many times. Is one of the hardest and never clear cut ever. France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary. So, who's gonna start first? You know what? Okay, I'll go with mine first. I would say first to be France, second to be Germany, third Portugal, fourth Hungary. But I would say Portugal will still qualify despite being third, because I believe third is still a qualifying based on points and how they do. But again, this is just one of those things that I feel that Portugal may have too many stars that they cannot put them in one squad, is what I feel. France, I believe they're going to carry their momentum. They have been carrying it since the World Cup winning. The friendlies, all they have been winning. Some of it may not be convincing, but the consistency is there. Germany, why I put Germany ahead of Portugal? Because I feel that Germany is just one of those countries where they know how to play as a team. They know how to get out the groups, be it whether they have a star name or not. Yes, if you put on paper, Portugal is to win Germany any day right now. But can Portugal play as a team? Yes, we're talking about the defending Euro champion right now, which is Portugal. That is 4 years ago or 5 years now. I just feel that Germany is just have a slight edge because they are much more, German. They are tactic, they are much more robust, they are much more structured, they know how to break things down. And this is Joachim Löw last tournament. I'm sure the players would love to end it on a high. So I might put Germany second and Portugal third. Hungary, well, I'm sorry. to any Hungarian fans out there, but yeah, you're not making out that group. So next, I'm gonna push to Mr. JB. What do you think about the group of death?
Well, a very, very interesting group, I must say. This one is definitely group of death. This one is the one that, keeps me up late at night thinking,
He's gonna keep
who,
all of us late at night. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, which of this nation, who's known for all the right reasons, who will qualify and who will not? Well, I'm going to go for the straightforward one first, and that's Hungary. Hungary won't be so hungry for the title. So
Alright,
sorry,
so
Hungary.
Hungary's last, all right.
Hungary will finish at the bottom of the table. That's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Next, I'm going to touch on is Germany. I believe Germany now is the right tournament for them to shine. After what happened in the previous World Cups and what have you, now is the time for them to rise. They have the players. They look like they're ready to go. They have, all of them are slowly, building up. One of the better players, my man Kimmich. He's the man
Kimmich,
to
yep.
watch. Kimmich is probably like the MVP at the moment, along with Ilke.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna go with Germany topping this group.
Germany to be
German will
first.
surprise
Wow.
everyone. Germany will
So
go top of this.
France and Portugal.
So
What you got?
that's right. Yeah. So now it goes to second and third. The cream of the crop. I'm gonna go for a French upset, ladies and gentlemen. French will be
Ooh.
French toast.
Ooh.
France will finish third of the group. They will be out. They will not proceed. They'll go third. Portugal will go second. But here's why. Listen
All
now.
right.
It's pretty
Let's hear your
controversial.
theory.
All right, it's pretty controversial. All right, everybody say, "Oh, Benzema is here, he's the savior," blah blah blah. All those things. He's playing with Giroud. F1 teaming up with Go-Kart. Mr. Go-Kart teaming up with F1. I mean, I'm not sure if you understand that joke reference.
Yeah, the reference Mbappe and.
Yeah, but just hear me out. I
Yeah.
believe France will not make it, probably because of a simple reason that they will fumble a little. There are a few period of time in the World Cup, I recall, although I don't remember which year, where France did not make it past the group stage. I believe it's the same group with Senegal the other time.
Yeah, that was World Cup 2002. After they won the World Cup in 1998, the following World Cup 2002, they were out of the
That's
group
right.
stage. Yeah,
That's
France
right.
do
That's
have
right.
that tendency of doing that, right? Like normally, if they win a major tournament, the following one they just
That's
kind
right.
of falter. So you actually think that's the pattern for this case?
Yeah, I believe that's a pattern. That's exactly what happened. Kante is gonna have too much nasi lemak. He'll be too happy with all his achievements. Hats off to him. He's a class act. He's a good player. But sadly, France will finish third in my books. It's just
So
my gut.
Portugal will go second.
Portugal will go second. Portugal, I believe they have the quality. Yes, I agree. Some of them call them the one-man team, revolved around Ronaldo, sort of controversial and stuff like that. But hey, you cannot, you can never ever outright, those up and coming, your João Moutinho's, your Bruno Fernandes, your Ruben Neves, your Bernardo Silva, all these quality players.
João
Forwards,
Felix.
of course.
Yep.
Yes, of course, there's Cristiano Ronaldo. But yes, as you mentioned, there's João Felix, there's Diogo Jota.
Yeah.
Interesting names. So that's my take.
All right. So Mr. Harunazio Nafi, who is probably eagerly waiting to give us his first to fourth in this group of death. Do you agree with what me and Mr. JB predict?
Okay, I listened to both sides. I think I'm going to go with something controversial as well.
All right.
Hungary, I don't think they're going to make it out. I think from the moment that they saw the draw, they've been dreading it. Why the hell are they in the same group as the three other teams?
Yeah.
I'm going to go from top to down. First position, I feel, is going to be Germany.
Ooh.
Second position is going to be Portugal, I feel.
Oh,
So I'm
so you
gonna
went
go
with the same standing as Mr. JB now.
Yeah, so I'm saying France to be out. It might be it might, this is the art of predicting. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. This is the one that I'm a little bit iffy between Portugal and France, because I think based on the number of talents that both teams have, it's about the same. But my gut feeling says the French team won't progress out of the group stage. And I'm going to go one up from every one of you. I'm going to
Okay.
predict the winner of the Euros. And it's going to
Oh.
come from this group.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Germany winning the whole thing.
Germany winning the whole thing.
Yep.
But
I'm
I'm
going to
pretty
go with
sure
Germany winning the
back
whole
in
thing.
like the first or the second episode that we have talked, you were saying
Yep.
that France and Portugal were likely to be top two and Germany may not. You don't feel it.
Yeah.
So why the sudden change of Germany being first and winning the tournament?
Based on, I think it's based, I'll be very honest, it's based on gut feeling. If tomorrow you would have asked me again, maybe something else will come up. But for tonight, I feel it's the coach's last tournament.
Yeah.
It's Timo Werner is fresh off winning the Champions League.
Yeah.
Kai Havertz is fresh off winning the Champions League.
Yeah. Gundogan is fresh off winning the Premier League.
Gundogan is fresh off winning the Premier
Kimmich
League.
is fresh off winning the Bayern
Kimmich,
Bundes. Yeah.
precisely.
So
They
they have
just
players
fresh off
actually,
winning.
don't they?
So top to bottom, Manuel Neuer, the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yep. True.
What else they have? From left to right, I think their left back is the unknown player, but top down, I think they're stacked. They still have Leroy Sané.
Yep.
And yeah, man, I think Germany is gonna go all the way to win it. I feel.
Yeah. I mean, you were saying about the defense. The defense, they still have like Matt Hummels, Rudiger, Emre Can, Matthias Ginter, Niklas Sule from Bayern. You can name a few already there. And their midfield is loaded with talent as well. Yeah.
Rudiger just fresh off winning the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt Hummels just played a beautiful pass. We all saw what happened last night.
That was a sublime pass, isn't it?
So yeah, so they have talent stacked from top to bottom. But again, we've seen what happened to them in the World Cup last edition.
Yeah.
Let's hope they don't falter. Let's hope they make my prediction come true, man.
All right. So before I move on to wrap things up, I do notice a common thing between us in the prediction for the final group is that none of us put Portugal as first. Portugal is just second or third. Is there a reason why none of you guys are confident with Portugal winning first, despite all the players that we have mentioned? Mr. JB, why didn't you pick Portugal as the first one?
Well, for me, I think it goes down to the style of play. I believe when Portugal meets Germany, I don't think Portugal has the edge, especially against the Germans. Yep. The Germans, I feel, that's what Harun-Nazri Hanafi mentioned, all those names, all those long lists of players who have already done so well in their own domestic league, representing their clubs. This is their time to shine. And for Portugal, yes, they do have, one or two, glimmer of hope, but I believe when it comes to coaches, right? I believe Joachim Low will have the slight edge when it comes to the gameplay. I think he's been in the game for so long. He's been in a lot of tournaments. I'm not sure if he's like the most senior nation manager going in this Euro tournament.
Most definitely. He's been in more tournaments than we can remember. Yeah.
Exactly. So, he's probably seen it all. He's seen players come and go. So, this is the right time.
Right. And then Harun-Nazri, same question to you. Like, why do you feel that Portugal are not convincing enough to be first, despite the golden generation squad that they have?
I think for me, it's very simple. For as long as Ronaldo is in the team, the play is still going to go around him. I feel Portugal, for them to make a step up or for them to repeat winning in a big major tournament again is for when Ronaldo leaves the squad, he retires, and then they can rebuild the squad rather than focus it based on one person. They build the squad as a whole, and then maybe one day they'll win the big things again in the near future.
All right. Okay. With that being said, we have come to the end of this episode of the podcast. Firstly, I would like to say thank you to both Harun-Nazri Hanafi and Mr. JB for coming join to this podcast. He's been very entertaining, I would say, especially with the predictions. Also, not to forget, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and also follow G Football Instagram, where you can see all of his match reviews and previews. It's a great channel. You should check it out. Also, we'd like to end with a question of the day, as what we always normally try to do here. So the question of the day that I would like to give to everyone and you guys here in the podcast, who is a dark horse in this Euro 2021? So we're going to start with Hairun Nafi. Who's your dark horse country in the Euro 2021? Not the winner, but the dark horse. I would say the team
Dark
to
horse.
watch. Yeah.
Turkey or Denmark?
Turkey or Denmark. All right. Mr. JB, who
Yeah.
is your dark horse of Euro 2021?
Wow. Okay, dark horse. Well, dark horse. There isn't many, but it comes to a close two since Hairun Nazri Hanafi picked two. I'm gonna pick two myself. I'm gonna go controversial. These two, I wouldn't say dark horses, but well, you can. I mean, it's just me. So I'll put England and Holland to be the two dark horses.
England and Holland to be the dark two horses.
England and Holland to be the dark horses. Yeah, that's right.
All right. And my two dark horses, I'm gonna pick Belgium and Croatia because I feel that these two are definitely gonna be appear in the semi-final again for some reason. All right. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this Football Focus SG podcast, and hope you guys do stay tuned for the next and upcoming episodes. We're gonna have more guests, more topics, more football. Right, boys? So with that being said, thank you so much, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. See you guys soon.
Bye.